Don't even bother. Is one. I could record over. It's too simple. Should be all set.
Good afternoon. I'm Ashley Mole, and I'm the CEO and Public Hearing Officer today for the City of Albany Capital Resource Corporation in connection with the project which is the subject of this public hearing. Today, we're holding a public hearing to allow citizens to make a statement for the record relating to the involvement of the corporation with the project, the proposed project for the benefit of KIPP Capital Region Public Charter Schools, a New York State education corporation. The project proposes to construct an approximately 98,185 square foot, 3-story new charter high school to be known as KIPP Capital High School. Construction of the 800 student capacity building is scheduled to begin this spring, with occupancy projected for August 2025. The current request at hand and the subject of this public hearing is the request for the issuance of certain taxable and/or tax exempt conduit bond financing with respect to the project. Copies of the notice of this public hearing are available on our website at www.albanyida.com and available upon request. Now, unless there is any objection, I'm going to suggest waiving the full reading of the notice of the public hearing and instead request that the full text of the notice be inserted into the record. I will also note that general information on the corporation's general authority and public purpose are contained in a separate statement and will also be entered into the record. Before we start the public hearing, I would first like to introduce the project applicant and ask them to make a brief presentation with respect to the proposed project. Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie Valley, CEO of KIPP Capital Region Public Schools. Excited to be back here at this hearing. Our project is contemplating attention building our high school in the city of Albany, adjacent to our KIPP Valley elementary and primary campuses. We are a 7-school charter network, schools in Albany and Troy. And this would allow us to relocate our high school from Troy, which is right now very small, to Albany and have room for about 800 students. So room for all of our graduating 8th graders. We know this is something that our families highly want. 80% of our families had said that they would send their child to a KIPP high school, with another 15% considering. So about 95% of our families are interested in having a KIPP high school option. And we're really excited to be able to offer a high school that's large enough to meet the needs of our students, to have diverse sports offerings, extracurricular sports, all the things that sort of typify that typical high school experience. Our students are, from 80% of our students are from economically disadvantaged households, and over 90% are students of colors. So we really focus on a program that supports and affirms our students, really celebrates the unique gifts that they walk into our doors bearing. And helps launch them into a life full of choice for college and career. We also just heard from S&P this morning, we're maintaining our investment grade rating on the transaction. So we're excited about that. And hopeful, moves forward.
Thank you. With that, I will now open this public hearing. The time is now 12:08 p.m. I will note for the record that there were no written comments received prior to the meeting today. Per the notice of this public hearing, the public was encouraged to submit written comments prior to today's hearing. A record of this public hearing will be prepared and reviewed by the members of the corporation in connection with consideration of the proposed project. A copy of the record of this public hearing will be presented to the mayor of the city of Albany and members of the corporation. Again, the purpose of this public hearing is not to field questions, but to solicit public comment. We ask that all speakers observe proper decorum today, and individuals who conduct themselves in an inappropriate manner while addressing the board will be removed and forfeit their opportunity to address the board today. At this time, I would like to ask if there's anyone here who wishes to speak on the proposed project to comment on either the nature and location of the project facility or the proposed financial assistance being contemplated. Seeing none, we will pause the transcription of this public hearing until approximately 15 minutes have passed from the time the hearing was opened.
All right, we are back live streaming.
At this time, I think we can ascertain that there is, no one present who wishes to comment, at this public hearing, and 15 minutes have passed, since the scheduled time for the hearing. So seeing that there is no further comments, I will now close this public hearing at 12:25 p.m. Thank you.